Tonight we start a series of reports here called We the People, mostly because that definition is changing, because it's projected that by the middle of this new century, the U.S. population will be 54% what we now call minority. The number of foreign-born U.S. residents now stands at 38 million, and our own Maria Menounos has our report.
So on your desk,
this classroom is a glimpse of America's future.
I am from Afghanistan.
I'm from Vietnam.
Guatemala.
South Korea.
Canada. UAE.
I'm from Mali.
With students from 37 countries, Dumbarton Middle School, a magnet school just outside of Baltimore, is a reflection of how America is changing. In 15 years, the U.S. Census projects more than half of all children will be minorities. Diversity, Principal Nancy Fink says, gives students a broader perspective.
Parents are very aware that their children will be living in a flat world. So the more experiences they have with children who are different from them, the better off.
It was a very different time when Ellis Island first welcomed newcomers back in the 1890s. Then most immigrants came from Europe. Today, 40% of all Americans have relatives who have passed through this Great Hall. Immigrants now arrive from all over the globe, the majority from Mexico, India, China, and the Philippines. 2 out of 3 are here legally, and 700,000 become citizens every year. By 2050, this new wave of immigrants and their children will change the face of America. Today, people who are white make up nearly 66% of the population, but by 2050, only 46%. People who are black make up 14% today. By 2050, 15%. People who are Asian, now 5%, will be 9%. People who are Latino will grow the most, from 15% today to 30% of the population. Princeton professor Alejandro Portes, himself a Cuban immigrant, says as America moves to a more multiracial society, it will become more vibrant.
Some people may lament it. I think that is a source of strength and of cultural vigor.
A dynamic already playing out at Dumbarton Middle School. Students like Fahim Husseini from Afghanistan have opened up his classmates' horizons.
When they see a story on the news about Afghanistan, for example, they can remember that Fahim sits next to them in science, and he's from Afghanistan.
Perhaps as simple as that, a lesson in understanding that may change the way a generation sees itself and may one day change America. Maria Menounos, NBC News, New York.